Okay, we're in the sugya of Ben Soru Morer, and tonight, Bez Hashem, we're going to finish it off. So, what do we know about a Ben Soru Morer? We know that he's got to drink a certain amount of wine, either a chatzi loig or a full loig. He has to drink a chatzi mana or full mana. It has to be that the wine is Italian wine, meaning it's of high quality. On the other hand, it can't be too expensive. On the other hand, he can't steal the wine itself or the food itself. He has to steal money to buy it. And we said, based upon yesterday, according to Shitas Rabbi Yehuda, that his mother, father have to look alike, sound alike, and have equal height. You will not ever have, ever, a Ben Sora Umar. It will be hard to find. In addition, we said, if the father is they don't have hands, which they can't bring the tafsu, they can't be kind the plastic of a tafsu. If they can't walk, they can't be kind of a tziu. If they can't see, they can't say zeh. So there's so many pratim why you would not ever be able to have a ben sora umara. Tonight with today, Bez Hashem, this is the last Mishnah to go ahead and deal with it. And really it's the nakuda of the ben sora umara, which is a very, very interesting one. Says the Mishnah on Ayin Aleph Amid Beis. Says the Mishnah on Ayin Aleph Amid Beis, Ben Soru Mora Nidun Al Shem Sofo. The Ben Soru Mora, he's judged not where he is now, but he's judged where he's going to be. Yomas Zakai, rather let him die Zakai, Bel Yomas Chayiv, than to die Chayiv. The first time I saw this concept was by Chanoich. Chanoich lives to 365, everyone's living to 100. HaKadosh Rashi brings that he was Kal B'daitai, that he would have been influenced by his generation. Better him dying now in that state rather than become a Rasha. It's a very interesting idea. And the Mishnah is Shemishasan Shel Rishoyim Hano Lahem. The Misa of Rishoyim Hano Lahem. Why? Because they can't do any more Averis. That's it. The ledge is complete. V'Hano La'olam. And also now they're out of the world. The tzaddikim, the death of tzaddikim, ra'lahem, it's bad for them. They can't learn anymore. The ra'la oilam, it's bad for the world. We don't have the Torah to be mugging on the world. Yayin v'shena l'rishayim hana lahem. Sleep and wine is hana for the Rasha. Hana la'olam. It's hana if they're sleeping it off. It's good for the world. With tzaddikim ra'lahem, ra'la oilam. It's the tzaddikim. It's ra'lahem and ra'la oilam. Pizil Rishoyim, when you separate Rishoyim Hanolahem, right? V'Hanola Oilam, with Tzadikim Ra'lahem v'Ra'la Oilam. Konus Rishoyim, when the Rishoyim come together, Ra'lahem, it's not good for them. They're going to do more Averis. V'Ra'la Oilam, and the effect on the world will be great. With Tzadikim Hanolahem, with Tzadikim when they come together, it's more Hanaf than them. V'Hanola Oilam. Sheket Rishoyim Ra'lahem. We have Sheket. Peace for Rishoyim is Ra'lahem v'Ra'la Oilam. Because when it's Ra'lahem, they have time to go ahead and do Averis and to damage the world. With Tzadikim, when this Sheker B'Shalga, Hanolahem, they can learn more of Hanola Olam, and now you'll have the Torah, the Schus Torah in this realm. That's the Baisa. The bottom line is the opening line, is that he is judged Hashem Sefer. Tanya, basically Yomer. If Neisha, Ochel Zer, Tartim and Basa, V'Shatzu Chatzah Loig Yayin, Talki, Omer Torah, Yotzel Bezdin Lisakel. What's going on over here? Elegir Torah l'Sleif Daito Sheb Ben Sayru Meir. Shesleif Migamer Nichsei Aviv. He's going to go ahead and consume the nechasim of his father because he's going to be constantly stealing to go ahead and fulfill his habit. So listen, guys, it's a very big thing. Addiction Bisman Hazeh is in so many different venues that sports betting is a huge addiction. It's a huge addiction. It's very, and I've spoken to a few Rabbanim who told me that it's caused many divorces as a result. They went to buy a house. The wife thought there's money there. There wasn't a dime there. And this sort of, in other words, the Torah is telling us that this is something that is so destructive, detrimental to life. So this person's going to go ahead. He's going to steal all of his father's money. The father's going to want to teach him something, right? Rashi says, I thought to teach him something. Rashi says, not like me. I was wrong. It says, right? That he's going to be mevakesh this desire for this addiction. Right? And he won't have enough. He won't have money to pay for this addiction. What's he going to do? He's going to go to Pashas Drachim, and he's going to steal. He's going to steal. Amr Torah, Yamas Zakai, Val Yamas Chayev. Better go ahead, and die now as a tzaddik, as you know, than a Russia. Now I throw this out to you. I always learn pshat. That the Ben Sora Mora is melumid in doing this. It's mashma that it wasn't a one-shot deal. The Lashon of the Gemara is very interesting, guys. Look at the Lashon of the Gemara. He ate the tatim and basa. It's mashma from the Gemara like it's a one-shot deal. And therefore it makes sense. You can never have been so morer because if it's a one-shot deal, no mother and father are going to give over a child based upon a one-shot deal. Guys, I'm throwing this out. I don't know. I'm throwing this out as a food for thought that, in my mind always was this guy is a mamish an addict. He's eating, he's fressing, he's drinking, That's what I thought. But if you look in, and maybe not. It's just food for thought. Excuse the pun. But it's... Now, Shemisasan, the Gemara concludes, Shemisasan shel Rishayim, the Misawad of Rishayim is Hanolahem Hanola Oilam, well, it's Sadikim, it's Ralahem Virala Oilam, again, they're no longer, there's Torahs not in the world. Shena V'Yayim Rishayim Hanolahem Hanola Oilam, when they're sleeping it off, it's good. It's Sadikim Ralahem Virala Oilam. Sheket, when Rishayim are Sheket, things are quiet for them, that's Ralahem Virala Oilam, they can go ahead and contrive to do terrible things. Well, Tzadikim Hanolahem Hanola Oilam, because they're able to learn. Pizul Rishayim Hanolahem, right? It's Pizul Rishayim Hanolahem Hanola Oilam, with Tzadikim Ralahem Ralahem. So it's enough for the Rishayim when they're mefuzzer, they're not going to do Averis. Hanolahem, they won't do Averis, but they're not together. They come together, then Shayin is Nishkut. Okay. But Tzadikim Ralahem Ralahem Oilam. Okay, now that guys, that's the end of Ensor Mora. That's it. I mean, we basically very close sugya, but a very, very interesting sugya to the extent that you're going to kill him based upon not what he is, but what he would do. Right? Not now. And that leads us into the next sugya. It segues into the next sugya. Steht in Parshas Mishpatim, in b'machteres yimatzei haganev. If you find a ganev literally digging his way into your house, and we'll see from the Gemara, it's lav dafka digging. But if you find the ganev digging his way into your house, for hookah, umeis, ein la damim. And there's no damim. In other words, you are potter from killing him. This is the classic case we learn out of a roidef. This is habor la'agecha hashkem lahago. If someone's coming to kill you, you go ahead and kill him first. So this is the classic habor la'agecha hashkem lahago. Im zarcha hashemesh alav, if the sun shines upon him. Now, that's the way of saying, fellas, there's clarity. There's clarity. It means there's clarity to you what this person who's digging your way into your house, what he would do. That's what it means, if there's clarity. If you know exactly what this person would do, then damim loi, there is blood to him. It's play on words. This also has worth, guys. Damim also can mean worth, but here means blood. Damim loi, shalim mishalim. Then he pays. Im ein loi, uvenimcha b'gneva. If he doesn't have to pay, then he's sold b'his gneva. Mashma fell is that what if he doesn't have damim, he's potter from paying, because we have the concept of kam le b'derab mine. Okay, so this is the sugya above in machteres. Says the Mishnah. Above in machteres, someone's digging his way into your house. Nidun al shem seifai. So this is, guys, the tzushtel to what the Ben Soru Morer. Ben Soru Morer is Nidun al shem seifai, and he's also Nidun al shem seifai. You're permitted to kill him. This guy is not only a ganef, he's a clumsy ganef. So he makes his way into your house and knocks down your trophy, and he breaks it. Right? He breaks your trophy from Eagle Day Camp or from Yankee Stadium from 1961. The Roger Maris card, he breaks something that's very expensive. And then what? If there's damim, meaning you wouldn't kill, this guy's not mechuyev misa. Why is he not mechuyev misa? Because why? You don't have a head to kill him. Then chayiv, you be chayiv. V'im ein loy damim, but if there's no damim, meaning you're permitted to kill him, then the chiyav misa would go ahead and override the chiyav to pay. We'll view him as what is he's mechuyev misa. What's the halacha if you mechuyev misa and you mechuyev mamin? We say kam lei b'derabba minei. We say kam lei b'derabba minei in this case. So let's see Rashi in the Mishnah. Yesh lei damim chayiv. If this person is not ready to be killed, kigoin aval ben, a father will never kill a son. A father will never kill a son. The Tanya lekamon, the ein haben mishoy lahariges aviv. A ben does not have a right to kill his father. A ben does not have a right to kill his father. Why? Because his father wouldn't kill him. Habo love machteres mishum derachmia aval ben. The father has rachmanis on the son. So therefore, it doesn't have a din for roidev. Guys, the din of above machteres is a roidev. Habola hagercha, someone's coming to kill you. Hashkein v'hargoi. This person who's coming knows that you're going to go ahead and fight over his money, to keep his money, and therefore he's willing to kill you to take that chance. A son knows that his father's not going to kill him. So lo yaleinu, the father's in such a situation where he's going to go ahead and break into the kid's house, right? There's no way in the world he's going to kill his son. So therefore, what? Yesh ladomim. In that case, if he breaks something, he's chayev. So you have ikoy brei lape lahatzel memoino. If the son would stop the father from what? Taking his money. Ein b'daita shalov v'lhargos. That's not to kill him. Then chayiv l'shalem hachavias kashar masik. He'd be chayiv to pay like any other masik. However, ein loy damim ki goin shar kol adam. Anybody else aside from a father who's breaking into your house. Shenitim mishus lebalabayis lahargoi. The balabayis has a reason. An ability to kill him because of halacha of roidif, as we'll see in a second. Then patam elishalim. He's patam from paying for the 60 Yankee garbage. The chi of misa, because you have a chi of misa, the chi of tashlumim b'ayin kecha. They come at the same time. Okay, that's kamlei. The alpha pishin nitzel, guys. What's the chiddush? Let's say he makes it out of the house. He makes it out of the house. He didn't kill him. He made it out. Says Rashi, patam elishalim. The kaimelon chayve misas shaygin kigain shlei hisru behem. Let's say the person's chayv misa shaygeg. Why is he shaygeg? Because he never gave masra. Ein mishamam. They still don't pay money. She'im misa she'ein heragim. They don't pay money with the misa because they don't get killed. So this is no worse than shaygin, guys. That the guy was mechuyev misa. Since he was mechuyev misa, even though he never did die. Right? Since at that period of time when he was in the house, you could have killed him. In that case, what? You're going to be part of. So that's the din coming. Now the Gemara elaborates upon this din above machteres. Amarava, my timer. What's the reason above machteres? Chazakein odam maimir atzmai al mamoinai. Person's not going to stand by and watch another person steal his money. V'hai meima amar, and this the Ganav says to himself, if this person is going to stand up against me, and he won't let me take his money, right? Therefore, he'll come against me, I'll kill him. If someone comes to kill you, so in other words, so the Ganav says that the guy's going to go ahead and stand up against what? Me? I'm going to kill him. Then Mela, you have a right to kill this guy. Why? Because this guy is a roidif. Someone comes to kill you, and that's the reason why above machteres ein loy damim. He does not have any blood. He's not considered alive. Amarav. Rav says a huge chiddush, guys. Above machteres v'notel kalim. Someone who's above machteres, he takes kalim v'yatsa, and he comes out. Potter. He's potter from paying the kli. Potter. He's potter from paying the kli. My time. What's the reason? Bidomim konenehu. He acquires it with his blood. With his own blood, he's acquiring it. Rashi. Bidimei nafshay. With literally the blood of his nefesh. Kona. Hoyel v'neschayev misa b'lekichasam. Since he's chayiv misa b'lekicha, and we say kom le b'derab minei, this now, according to Rav, becomes his. Guys, a chiddush nifla. A chiddush nifla. Here's what he was saying. The guy comes into your house. If you would find him there at that moment, he's chayiv misa. So therefore, he's potter from paying. Says Rav, Komle states that if he's potter in the house, he's potter even afterward. It becomes yours. It becomes the ganef's. He's kind of the object ownership with it. He will be able to makadosh nisha with it. In other words, it's his. It's his. He'd be able to be magdish it. Mitzvah b'avera, but he'd be able to be magdish it. It's his. It's his possession. In other words, I gave you two examples of what it means to be as his. Potter milashalim means that what? He doesn't have to give it back. He does not have to give back the object that he took. Why? Because when he was in the house, we say, Kam lebi de Rab mine. That's Rab's Chiddush. That's Rab's Chiddush. Amar Rava, mistalba milsa de Rav b'sheshiva. When he broke in, the lesnahu, it's no longer around. In other words, he can't be mechayev the chiyuv of hashava. Aval nata loy. But if he takes it and it's still intact, says Rava, he'd have to return it. Says Rava, Kamle does not make it his. Kamle just says this, he's potter from paying. But if it's still intact, there's still a mitzvah of a hashev, the hashev, as like a zela. You should go ahead and return it. So a huge machloikus between Rav and Rava. Loit Rav, Kamle state that this now is yours. That now is yours. According to Rava, no. If you're in a house, Kamle says you're potter from paying. So therefore, if you broke it, I'd be potter from paying. Mashenkin, if it's still here, there's no svara to say that that's yours. You being mechayiv misa does not make that object yours. Yes, Heshi.
So according to Rav, if the original owner took the item back, he'd be chayiv al ganav? He'd be considered a ganav?
Yeah, l'chayra.
Okay.
L'chayra, it's his. L'chayra, it's his. It seems a little ironic, right? But
yeah.
Vo'eloi kim, it's a lashon of shvua. Amarav, afilu notal. Even if it's still around, Rav says it would be his. The yesh la damim. Why? Because in a case where he has damim, when it's the father and the son, v'ne'nasu, and then it goes ahead and an oinus happens in his rishus, chayiv. So fellas, the father breaks into the house, he takes a crystal chandelier, he takes it outside, and it breaks. What's the din? The father's going to have to pay. Why? Yesh le damim. In other words, there's no blood over here. The son can't kill him. So he's an outright ganif. He's an outright ganif, right? If a ganif, something breaks in the ganif's rishus, he's chayiv oinsin. So Rav is going to go ahead and infer from the case of yesh le damim to the din of ein le damim, where he's mamish, a regular guy who's mechuyev misa. So madach, we're what? Yesh le damim and enasu chayiv alma. What do we see? You know why he's chayiv, guys? Bishusi kaime. Because what? It's in his rishus. In rishus what? It's in rishus of the ganif. Hachanami bishusi kaime. Hachanami, it's in his rishus. So just like when yesh le damim, when there is damim, guys, when there is damim, right? When there is damim to the son, the son and the father. So he has a case what of yesh le damim. So in that case, he be chayiv. We don't view, guys, I can view the following. When the father takes it out, I can view it that since he has blood, since meaning he's still alive, I can view it as still in the rishus of the son. And whatever happens to it, happens to it. But we don't say that. Why do we say, if an oinus happens, he's chayiv to pay? Why do you see that it's in the rishus of the ganif? The broken crystal broke in the rishus of the ganif. So too, when ein le damim, when he's mechuyev misa, we'll view the crystal, whatever chandelier, the crystal goblet, we'll view it as if it's his completely, even if it doesn't break. So Rav is zustelling from a Mishnah a din. He's zustelling the case of where ein loy damim to the case of yesh loy damim, tein loy damim. Madach, when yesh loy damim, the guy is his father. There's no chiyuv misa because the father's never going to kill his son, so the son doesn't have a shus to kill the father. In that case, when the father takes it out and it breaks, whose rishus is it breaking in? The father's rishus. Who adin where ein loy damim? Who adin where he doesn't have any blood? He's a regular guy who was a roidif. When he takes it outside, whose rishus is it in? It's in his rishus, completely in his rishus. That's what the Gemara is saying now. Nachama, v'alikim lashon shvua amarav afilu notal. Even if he took it and it's still intact, the yesh damim v'nen nasu chayiv. If the case where it's a father and there's no chiyav misa and it breaks, he's chayiv to pay. Alma b'shusei kaime. We see it's in the b'shus of the father. Hachanami here too, where ein loy damim b'shusei kaime. So he goes ahead and he claims the chiyav is because it's in the b'shus. For loyhi says Rav, there's a big difference. Ki okimne rachmana b'shusei. It really, guys, is in the b'shus of the owner, the ganef. It puts us in the b'shus of the ganef le'inyan einsin. Aval le'inyan makna b'shus of the marai kaime. Midi dehave ashoyel. Okay, guys. Rav viewed the following. When the ganef stole it and he took it out, we're going to view it as it's his, totally. It's his. It's his, totally. It belongs to him. He's kind of the cheftza. There's another way to view a kinef or ganef. I don't own the cheftza. I can't be mekadesh nisha. I can't be magdashit. You know what my kinyan is? I'm like a shoyel. I'm chayiv to watch it. If you borrow something from somebody, no one's going to tell you it's yours. You have the right of ishtamshus, of using it. That right of ishtamshus, what the Torah calls kol hanosh shaloi, makes you chayiv afilu ba'insin. But it's not yours. Says Rava, the reason why you're chayiv ba'insin, it's not because it's yours. You're chayiv ba'insin because the Torah said a ganif is no better than a shoyel. It's in your rishus, you watch it. I can't do anything about it now. But not that it's yours. So therefore, Rava disagrees with Rav. Rav is viewing, fellas, the chiyuv, the stealing of it, is, and the chiyuv out of misa, that since you b'chayiv misa, it becomes yours in Gansen, because of kamle. Says Rav, no, kamle can't do that. Kamle can make it no better than a ganef, better than a shoyel. Le'inyan einsin yechayev. So that's the machloikus between Rav and Rava. Okay, Tanan, we learned in the Mishnah. Tanan, Baba Machteres, V'shibur esachavias. A Mishnah. Guy breaks into the house and he knocks down the crystal. Yesh lei damim. If it's the father, then chayev, because there's no kamle b'derab minei. Ein lei damim pater, right? If ein lei damim, meaning there's no damim because he's mechuyev misa, then he's pater. Taima, the reason why he's pater, the shibur, because he broke it. The chi ein lei damim. Right? The chi ein lei damim pata. Hanatal, but let's say he took it and it's intact, loi, then he'd be chayev, a kashan Rav. Again, what's Rav's din? By kamle, it'll become totally yours. If you're mechuyev misa, it'll become totally yours. Good? So what do we see in the Mishnah? The Mishnah says that ein lei damim, if it breaks, he's pata. Mashma ein lei damim, if it's intact, he's not pata. He'd have to return it. Kashan Rav, who says the mamish becomes yours. You see from here, only if it's broken, you don't have to return it. But if it's not broken, you have to return. You don't have to return it. You have to return it. It says no loy. Hu adin afilu not al nami. Even if you took it, you wouldn't have to return it, like Rav. So v'hadik tani shibur esachavius. So why do you tell me shibur? Tell me a bigger chiddush, guys. Guys, is it a bigger chiddush to tell me by kamle if it breaks your potter? Or it's a bigger chiddush to tell me even if it's intact, it's potter. It's a much bigger chiddush to say even if it's intact, it's potter. I have your object. The Heshim is bothered by. How can it be? I have your object and you couldn't steal it back from the guy. No, it's a much bigger chiddush to say that. So why do you limit the chiddush to what? To breaking it? Why don't you extend the chiddush to what? To tell me the bigger chiddush, the whole thing. So I'll tell you why. Ein achinami. Even if it's intact, it's still yours. Even if it's intact, it belongs to the ganef. So why don't you tell me the bigger chiddush? Here's the chiddush. Kamash malon, the chiddush of shiber, the chiyesh damim, when it's the father, afagav the shiber nami chayev. That's the chiddush. The chiddush is that not the chiddush is when he doesn't have blood. The chiddush is when he does have blood. The chiddush is that if the father breaks in, and since the son can't go ahead and kill the father because there's no halacha of right, because the father's not going to kill him, and the father breaks the vase, the father's chayav to pay. That's the chiddush. But einochinami im ein loy damim, and it's even if it's intact, it'd be yours, like Rav. Fred the Gemara, that's a chiddush. That if he's alive, there's no din of kamle, and he mazik somebody, he has to pay. We've all learned Baba Kama. Pshita, maziku. He's a mazik. He's a mazik. Right. And hakamash malon, that filish lebe kavana. What's the chiddush? Even though he didn't have kavana when he's breaking into the house, to break it, he's still chayav. Fred the Gemara, my kamash malon. What's the chiddush over there? Adamu loylam. Tanina, Adamu loylam. Bein b'shoigeg, bein b'mesid, bein b'ayinus, bein b'rashnin. So l'chayra, how can you tell me the chiddush is? If it's the father that breaks the chayiv to pay, and to tell me that what? That it's a chiddush that he pays. It's not a chiddush. Adam would loylam. So it's mistama more like Rav, right? It's mistama that what? That not like Rav. It's mistama more like Rava. That einachinami, that time that you have your partner is because you broke it. But if you didn't break it, you'd have to return it. Kasha on Rav. Says, Mar Kasha, you're right. No. You know what Kasha means? Mishtatnis von Kasha. That's what it means. Go weiter. Rashi means over here. Tuyufta means checkmate. You're out. In a knockout punch. Kasha means okay. It's a Kasha. Masir Rabbi Barabaya. Hagoyniv kiss b'Shabbos. Okay, this Gemara is, we had Meruba, very famous Gemara. Hagoyniv kiss b'Shabbos. You steal a kiss b'Shabbos, chayev. You chayev. Nischayev b'ganei v'koyd m'shev lo yis Shabbos. Okay, guys, this is sugi of kamle. Let's go. Sugi of kamle. If you chayev misa and mamin, misa mishalim, misa mishalim, you don't pay. So you're in a house. I'm stealing a seltzer bottle. Good. Here's a seltzer bottle. I pick it up. Kinyan Hagba. I'm chayiv. I walk out the door into Rishus Harabim. It's not a good thing. Okay. Since the Chi of Misa and the Chi of Mammon did not come simultaneously, we don't say Kam Lebi Rab Mine. Good. Why are you chayiv to pay? Because you weren't chayiv Misa at that moment. The Chi of Misa comes as a result when you might see from Rishus Yachid to Rishus Harabim. So going of kiss b'Shabbos, einachinami, chayiv shayin eschay b'gnei b'kodesh of the yis Shabbos. Hayimegara v'yotza. Let's say he didn't pick it up. He's rolling the seltzer bottle along, so there's no kinyan, right? And then he takes it outside. Potter. Why? Where's the Geneva come? When you're going from Rishus Yachid to Rishus Harabim. When does the Chi of Misa come? When you're going from Rishus Yachid to Rishus Harabim, simultaneously you have what? A Chi of Mammon and a Chi of Misa. So Potter, you'd be Potter from paying. Shayisa Geneva v'Issa Skila Boyin Ke'echad. They both come what at the same time. They're coming what? They're both coming what at the same time. So what do you see over here? What do you see over here? I don't have to return this. I'm Potter. Fellas, the seltzer bottle is intact in my dumya, right? I rolled it out. It's in my hand now, in Harry's hand. Harry's mechuyev misa because of the isra of haitzah, but he doesn't have to return the bottle. It says Potter. You Potter from returning the bottle. Isn't that Rav's din? The bottle's the same bottle. It wasn't broken. It's the same bottle. Rav said you don't have to return it. Kamle says your Potter means it's yours. L'chari, you have a very good raya. L'chari, you have a very, very good raya. One more time. What's Rav's din? Rav's din is that if there's a chi of misa, meaning ein loy domim, then Potter, the thing becomes yours. It's in your rishus. Yes, that's what he said. Here you have a case. You're stealing a wallet on Shabbos. You're schlepping the wallet outside. You're going from Rishus HaYochid to Rishus HaRabim. Simultaneously has the chiyuv of stealing and the chiyuv of Shabbos. You pata. What do you pata from? Everything. Mamish you pata from giving it back. Is a raya to Rav and a kashan Rava. It's a raya to Rav and a kashan Rava. On that, the Gemara says, "V'hilchasa d'shadinu bin nahara." You know it's not intact. Einachinami. But you know what happened to this wallet? It ended up in the river. That's why you pata. But einachinami, if it'll be around, you'll be chayiv and not like Rav. Pata means why? Because it's not be'en. But einachinami, if it was be'en, it was still here, you'll be pata. Rava ignavu le, you'll be chayiv. If it's be'en, you'll be chayiv. Rava ignavu le dichri. B'machrata. So these guys went ahead and they stole rams. They stole Rava's rams, and they were bought by Mafteres. Adrinun they returned it to who? To Rava. And he wasn't makabel it. Amar Hoyel v'nafik mipum de Rav. Rava disagreed with Rav in principle in Lumdis, but since Rav the Gadol Adar said that it now belongs to what? It now belongs to what? To the Ganif. He kept it there. Heshi. It's your case. They wanted to return it. And what did Rav say? No. Since Rav said it, it's yours. It's yours.
Let's say the guy wanted to do tshuva.
Let's see Taisus. Taisus yes Heshi's kasha. Bottom Taisus. Tema. Hamachayiv lotzes yidei shemayim. Good, the chi of mominus. Good is a din chi of mominus. But what about the tshuva? What about they want to be yotzi the chi of their shemayim. They want to go to sleep at night knowing they did the right thing, right? They want to do the right thing. I still remember, I think a cotton is potter from paying, from Mazik. And Rashiva, one of his kids did something to a car. It was one of his grandchildren. And he put a settle on the car with his phone number on to call up. He wanted to be, everything should be kosher yasha. So l'chayra, you have a chiyuv over here. Kidam perak hapoyalim, gabi achois and pora v'dashboy, the asra toira afilu ba'alimoy, v'yesh leimar, and esnan afilu ba'alimoy, v'yesh leimar, the kan lo yehoyer roitzim lahachzir, el ken yischayvu b'dini adam. Here, lehoyer roitzim lahachzir, they would not, in other words, they only wanted to return it if there was a chiyuv. These guys, in other words, these guys were happy to keep it. They wanted to return it not because of tshuva. They wanted to return it only because there's a chiyuv of hashava. Once they found out there's no chiyuv of hashava, they clearly kept it, Heshi. They didn't want to do tshuva. They thought there's a chiyuv to give it back. Once they found out there's no reason to give it back, they were very happy. So this is the Ma'aser Shahaya. Guys are here. In other words, it's not pshat. If they taka wanted to do tshuva, of course Rava would have accepted it. They didn't want to do tshuva. They wanted to go ahead and return it. Said Rava, you know what? You don't have to return it. Rav says it's yours. And they said, oh, it's ours? And they walked away very happily. They don't want to be Etzekid Ishmael. That's the Taisus answers Heshi's kasha. Tal Rabbana. Ein loy damim. Okay, now, what does the pasuk say? It's two separate psukim, fellas. It says, Ibn Machteres Yimotzi Aganif, V'huka, Umeis, Ein loy damim. That's what it says. The next pasuk says, Im Zorcha Hashemesh Alav. Then damim loy. We're going to have two brises that the inference from the brises are going to go ahead and contradict each other. So we're used to inferences, fellas. We do it all the time. We're going to have two brises with these two psukim. In the first brisa, we're going to connect the two psukim. In the second brisa, the psukim will be separate. Says the Gemara. Tan Rabbanan. Ein lei damim im zorcha shemesh alav. So there you're connecting the psukim, guys. Because in others, when doesn't he have blood? When doesn't he have blood? Meaning, when is he a dead man? Im zarcha shemesh alav. V'chi hashemesh alav bilvad zarcha. When the sun comes out, it only shines on him. Ella, what does it mean? The sun means clarity. In bar lecha hadava kishemesh she'ein loy shalom imach hageu. So here's where you read the pasuk, guys. Ein damim loy. When doesn't he have blood? Im zarchal of Hashemesh, when you have clarity that this person would kill you. You hear this? When you would have clarity that this person would kill you, then ein loy damim. What's the stam? If you don't have clarity, then what? You can't kill him, right? V'im lav, but you don't have clarity, al targeu. So the stam of this brisa, fellas, is what? You can't kill the guy. Next brisa, Tanya idach. Im zarcha shemesh alav, damim loy. So now, if the shemesh is zarch on him, then damim loy. So that's in other words, he darshans the second part of the pasuk. He doesn't darshan the first pasuk. He darshans the second pasuk. According to the first brisa, we're connecting the first pasuk and the second pasuk. According to the second, we're just looking at the second pasuk. That if what? If you have clarity, then damim loy, then he has what? Then he has blood. Im lav, guys, but if you don't have that clarity, hargehu, kill him. So you have a stira. The first stam is alta hargehu. The second stam is what? Hargehu. Guys, you hear? The inference from the first one is don't kill him. The inference from the second one is kill him. Now, kasha stoma astoma, one inference from the other. Says more like kasha. Amid beis, it's not shver. It's not shver. Kan, the first brisa that says you can't kill him, is speaking ba'ov ala ben, a father to a son. So a father would never kill his son, and therefore damim loy. Kan, the second brisa that says that what hargeu, then bebo ala beben ala av. Interesting enough, a ben ala av, a son would kill a father for money. Amar Rav, says Rav, kol da asi aloyin b'macharta. Anyone, says Rav, that would come to me in a cave, in a tunnel, katlin and lay, I would kill him. Rav says unequivocally, I would kill anybody except one person. Levar me Rav Chanina bar Shila. The only one I wouldn't kill is Rav Chanina bar Shila. My timer. If you're saying it's because it's tzaddik, that's why you wouldn't kill him. Guys, what kind of tzaddik is this guy? He's coming in, he's digging into your house in the middle of the night, right? What kind of tzaddik is that? I know Rav Chanina bar Shila, the merachim alai karachim aval ben. He'll have rachmanas on me like a father would to a son. In other words, I have kishemesh borol that why he wouldn't kill me. Tan Rabbana, damim loy, bein b'choil, bein b'shabbos. When it says it's damim to him, it does whether it breaks into the house during the week or on Shabbos. Ein loy damim, bein b'choil, bein b'shabbos. And when you'd even be able to kill him on Shabbos. Bishleima ein loy damim, bein b'choil, bein b'shabbos. It's tzrich. I might think Abolagach as a din of Aruge Bezdin. The B'Shabbos on Bezdin, like Katlina, they don't call it Shabbos. Kamash Malon, that what? So I would think also about Machteres, you don't kill him because it's Shabbos. Kamash Malon, Katlina lay. That's the case of what? Ein loy damim. El damim loy, that there's blood to him, meaning you can kill him, bein b'chol, bein b'Shabbos. Hashta b'chol loy, Katlina lay, b'Shabbos, me boy. Guys, madach during the week. You can't kill the guy. On Shabbos, you have to tell me you can't kill the guy? For sure you can't kill the guy. It's this is Shabbos. So I'm like, you're telling me a bigger chiddush, guys. Here's your chiddush. If this guy is tunneling into your house, and all of a sudden there's this big sinkhole, and you see a body that's lying underneath the rubble, and it's Shabbos, would you be able to go ahead, Ron, and dig him out or not? Maybe what? Maybe listen, to kill him I can't, but to save him, maybe I don't have to. Kemash malon, im domim loy, if it's your father, right? Then bein b'chol, bein b'Shabbos, you'd be even able to go ahead what? And save him on Shabbos. You'd be mutter to go ahead what? And save him on Shabbos. That's the chiddush. No, it's not just not kill him, but even go ahead taking a shovel and digging him out. That you'd be able to do. Tan Rabbanan. For hookah, again, we're dashing the whole pasuk for hookah. Right. It says v'huka, right? It says v'huka, b'cholodam. Any person can kill him. If you see a guy tunneling into a house, you'll be able to kill the guy. Not only the person in the house, but another person will be able to kill him. For hookah means he's smitten. It doesn't say the Baal is going to smite him. It means he's smitten. He's dead. Any person can kill him. Then the pasuk says mace. Why do we dash from the word mace? You love dafka that you kill him with what, a sword. You kill him any which way. You kill him any which way. Bishleim avuhuka b'chol adam yitzterich to tell me sakarech amina balabayas hu de kimlei the ein adam ma'imid atzmei al mamoin aval acher loy kamash lo and the roidefu v'afilu acher nami. So Bishleim, in the case of avuhuka, I would think the only person who has the right to kill him is the one who he would kill. That's the one he's going after, the one whose money, the house he's breaking into. But so I would think another person will be able to kill him, only the owner of the house. Kimash malan v'huka, he be hit. Any person can kill him. He's a roidif. However, the din of a mace that you can kill him any which way, says the Gemara, elu mace, that what you can kill him any which way. I know that from Retzeach. Right. The Tanya, we learned in our Brisa, most yumos hamakar Retzeachu. Most yumas, any which way, right? Hamakar Retzeach. Any ella b'misa muraboy. I would think only sayif. How do you know that if you were not able to kill him with sayif, you can kill him any which way? Fred the Gemara, why don't we need a mace to tell me by the case of Bob Machteres that you can kill him any which way? Why don't you just learn from what? From Retzeach. Learn from Retzeach. Just like Retzeach, it says most yumas, and you can kill it any which way. So too over. Let's learn out. Just like there, any which way. Over here, it's any which way. And for the Gemara, shiny hasam damakra most yumas says most yumas. Says the Gemara. In other words, therefore, since it says most yumas, you can kill him what any which way. Umes. Kemash what umes, right? Says the Gemara, shiny hasam, it's different by right sayach. The Omicron most yumas. I jumped the gun with the kasha, guys. Nachamal. It says the word mace. That means you can kill him any which way. Fred the Gemara, it says by right sayach and kill him any which way. Says the Gemara, so why don't we learn from right sayach? Says the Gemara where it says most yumas. And it doesn't say that by what? By Habolah Hagecha, it doesn't say Bab Machteres. Fred the Gemara, the Nigmar Mine, learn remember Tzinu, just like with Seach any which way, so to Bab Machteres any which way. Says no Mishum Nahave Seach v'Goel Adam Shnei Kasuma Boyin Ke'echad. We had the case of Goel Adam earlier, fellas, that if there's no Goel Adam, naturally Bezdin would appoint somebody. So obviously, but the appointment of someone is we want to make sure that he's dead any which way. So therefore, what's our rule of thumb? If the Torah wanted me to teach me something, it would have said it once. When the Torah says it twice, it's to teach me uniquely to these two places can you kill any which way, by Goel Adam and by Retzeach, but not by what? Not by Bab Machteres. Therefore, you need to say Umeis B'Goel, but Bab Machteres to tell me even here you can kill what any which way, because you couldn't learn it out from Retzeach. You can't go ahead and learn it. Tan Rabban. The pasuk says, "In Machteres Yimatzei Aganif, Ainli Ella Machteres." Now you would think only guy tunneling into your house. Chatseroi v'karfifoi. Let's say it comes in through a gag. Gagoi v'chatseroi v'karfifoi minayin. How do you know if he comes in from the roof or the chatzer or the backyard? How do you know you can kill him? Tamad Leimar Yimatzei. The pasuk says, "The pasuk Machteres Yimatzei Haganif." Yimatzei means Yimatzei Haganif. Mikol Makom. He's a ganif. You find him coming into your house. Lav dafka bab machteres, but any which way. Im kain matam le machteres. If the case is that what any which way you're able to kill him. If the halacha is any which way you're able to kill him, then why does it say machteres? Why does it say machteres? It's just telling me derech agav. Torah is speaking like most ganovim are not walking in the front door. Most ganovim are. Think about it. I guarantee you, Bab Machteres, most ganovim coming through the basement. Think about it, right? They come in that way. That's the way they make it in. Tanya Idach, Machteres, Ainli Ela Machteres, Gago Chatzer Kafif Minayin, Tamalaima Yimatzi Aganim Mikomakam. And came out Tamalaima Machteres, Machterasai zuhi hasra. So up to here, it's the same thing, except Machterasai zuhi hasra asai. So there's an nafkamina, fellas. If the guy is breaking in through the front door or through the back door or through the roof, you have to give him hasra. By machteres, you don't have to give him hasra. Machterasai, the fact that he's breaking in machterasai, that's his hasra. Let's see Rashi here on that point. First white line. Zuhi hasra asai. Shein tzarech hasra acheres. He doesn't need another hasra. Ela hargoi miyad. You kill him immediately. The kivin the tareach umasa nafshe lachdar. Since he was tareach and was moisa to go ahead and dig, adaiti dehacha asa. That's the whole reason he's coming in to kill him. The ikoi lapoi katlina lei. If the guy in the house stands up against him, he'll kill him. For amr Torah, kivin the roidif who ain't tzarech hasra. Since he's the roidif, he doesn't need hasra. Ela matzil resei benafshay. Avanichlis the chatzeirei v'gargoi hapesach ain't a hargoi actually yisrei. You can't kill him until you give him hasra by be'edit. The chazi the kamina ba'apach. The katlina l'chat. Don't you see this guy is going to come? He's going to stand up against you. He's going to kill you. V'zeh yikabel of hasra, and this guy's mekabel hasra. V'yoyma yodoy ani. And that's why I'm breaking in. If he's going to stand up and try to stop me, I'll kill him. Maybe when he walked in the front door, maybe the head, he found it open. In other words, it could be that it just presented itself. Fellas, I think here's the hesper, fellas. A guy is something that exists. A chotzer is something that exists. A karfif is something that exists. He didn't do anything. So it could be that the fact that he came in, opportunity presented itself. But if he's going ahead, with a construction zone and he's digging his way in, you could be sure he's coming to kill you because he's creating the venue. So therefore, you don't need asra. Mashenk and the other three, you would need asra. That would be a very nice chilik between the two of them. Says the Gemara Vaita. Rav Huna, Kotin haroideif, nitein lahatziloi benafshay. A kotin that is being roidif after someone, nitein lahatziloi benafshay. Rashi says something shverlich here. Look, 4 lines down, Rashi, where it gets wide. Kotin haroidif es hakotin. One kotin is chasing after another kotin lahargoi. Why Rashi says another kotin is okay. There's a Margoli Sayyam that I wasn't zeicha to understand, but he speaks about it. So. Haroidif nitin latzila benafshay. Ksava roidif ein etzarech asra. Guys, if you give asra to a cotton, there's no understanding that he knows what you're telling him, right? So since we said this is the segue, since you just told me that you don't need asra for bar machteres, so a roidif is a roidif. A cotton that's a roidif doesn't need asra. Loishna gadol loishna cotton. Eisver Rav Chisda Rav Huna says you don't need asra. Okay, here's this: mother's giving birth to a child. She is dying. The child is totally inside the womb, and the mother will not live any longer. You're able to kill the child when it's in the womb to save the mother. That's when it's in the womb. Yatzer Roishai, if the child stuck its head out and then went back in. So once it stuck its head out, it's considered born. Then ain't noigin ba. You can't go ahead and kill the child inside to save the mother. You can't be doicha one nefesh before the other nefesh. You can't be doicha the mother's life before the child's life. Why don't we say the child is a cotton, that baby is a cotton, is a roidif? So the Gemara answers, shiny chasam, it's different over there. The Mishamaya karot fala. That is Shemayim, it's not Hashem is doing this, not what? Not a person that's Bechira. This child is going through the natural birthing process. This is what he does. There's no choice over here to kill the mother. This is Mishamaya, and therefore there's no din of Roidif. Name a Messiah. I'll bring you a proof to. What am I going to bring you a proof to? Name a Messiah. Let me bring a proof to Rav Huna that a cotton does not need what? Does not need asra. Roidev shalai roidev achaver lehargoi. Amaloi. The Roya says, "Hey, look, The Yisrael who? The guy you're chasing after is the Yisrael. Ben Bris. He's a Ben Brisu. Look at the bottom places, guys. Ben Brisu. Yisrael v'loi kuti. Ben, that's Yisrael. Ben Bris v'loi mumar loy v'tzkechavim. And it's not a moment to do avodah zarah. The mumar loy v'tzkechavim hoyam ridim v'loi ma'ilin. Someone's a moment to avodah zarah, you'll put in the pit and you won't bring him up. You know, so you're able to kill him. You're able to put him down. You're able to cause his death. You can't kill him directly, you can cause his death. So therefore, if this guy is being chased afterwards, you tell him, look, be aware, he's a Yisrael, he's a Ben Bris, he's not a mumar. But Torah Omer, Shofech Dama Adam Ba'adam, Dama Yishafech. Someone who wants to go ahead and kill somebody else, Dama Yishafech, you should be able to go ahead and kill him. Amr Torah, Hitzel Dama Shalzeh, save the dam of the one that's being chased, B'dam Shalzeh, with the one over here. So what do you see? You don't need Asra. It doesn't mention anything about Asra, guys. So you see, like, what was Rav Yehuda's din? A roidiv doesn't need Asra, and therefore a cotton didn't need Asra. So he Rabbi Yehuda. That could be that brisa is not a raya. It could be a contra Rabbi Yehuda. The Tanya, we met Rabbi Yehuda. Omer, however, a person who understands Torah ain't tzarech hasra. Why? V'shalei nitna hasra. Will have to make sure I give the mezid. A Talmud Chacham, right, does not need hasra because you know for sure he's going to do something. He's doing it b'mezid. Right? Mashenken, if it's an amares, you would need what hasra. So over here, you have to say that this is this thing that you don't have to give asra is according to Rabbi Yehuda, who does not require asra only in certain situations. Tashma, roidev shoy roidev hachaver lehargoy, amaloi rei Yisrael hu ben brisu, but Torah Omer shafech tam adam ba'adam dam yishafech, imam yedei anishu kain. If the guy says, you know what, I do know Potter, then what? He's Potter because he wasn't mekabel on himself. That's right. He said, "Al minas kain ani oisa," but if he says, "I'm doing it anyway," in other words, if you give him asra and he says, "I know," he's Potter. If he says, "I don't care," even so, I'm going to do it, he's chayiv. So what do you see? Not like Rav Huna. You see that what a roidif needs hasra. Says Mitzricha, the koi betray ibrid and ahara. What are we speaking about over here? It's speaking of two people standing on two sides of the river. Two sides of the river, right? The roidif is on one side, and the near is on the other side. Tleimotzi atzule. The one that sees is not able to go ahead and save the near daf. My ikka, what could he do? The boy asuye lebeidina. He should bring the right seach to Bezdin. Ubeidina boy hasra, and Bezdin you need hasra. In other words, the lumdis. If you're going to kill the guy directly yourself, then you don't need asra. Once you're going to kill the guy using Bezdin, then you do need asra. So when did Rav Huna say is din? When you're not going through the channels of Bezdin, when you're killing him. When you're not going through the channels of Bezdin, and when you are going through the channels of Bezdin, then you would need asra. That's one teretz. But in Achnami, Rav Huna has held serve. Iba Yisema, Amalach Rav Huna will tell you, right, that really a roidif does need asra. And another amri kitana the machteres. I held like the Tana of the machteres. Dama machterasai zu he has as rasai. Okay, so since the guy is, I'm saying it to that unique din. If you hold guys from roidif, you would think generally a roidif needs hasra. You would think that a roidif would need hasra. He shouldn't be different than any other. But if you learn from Bam Machteres, we say Machterasai Zuhi Misasai, Zuhi Asarasai. So what do you see? Since I hold like that Tana of the Brisa of Machteres. Again, remember, guys, we had two pshatim in Machterasai. We had Zuhi Hasarasai. We had another pshat. It's just Derech Agav. Why? No, it's Fregling Gemara. If you chayif a gagar chatzeru karfif minayim, why do you say Machteres? Because that's the norm. Machterasai, that's telling me the norm. Then there's another pshat that no, Machterasai is Zuhi Asarasai. So I don't hold like the first brisa. The first brisa would hold you need to give hasra. I hold like the second brisa, Machterasai Zuhi Asarasai. You don't have to give hasra.